The 21st century brings its share of challenges. So what does it take to be a leader in this age? In a world shaped by the fluid relationship between humans, machines and the environment? First, the ability to learn, to be resilient and to adapt. Second, a sense of purpose that answers why we do what we do. Third, an understanding of how an individual's thoughts and actions impact society. And finally, a moral compass that guides ethical decision-making. Introducing a university with a unique liberal arts and sciences undergraduate program to specifically deliver these 4 outcomes. Krea.
Krea is a new paradigm of higher learning from India to the world, developing a new generation of 21st century leaders. Let me invite some of our governing board members and academic council members to substantiate.
The 21st century brings with it a set of challenges and opportunities never before encountered in human history. The blending of human and machine cognition. The difficult question of individual identity and purpose in a globally connected society. The dominance of diversity over homogeneity. Massive shifts in economic and geopolitical power. How can we, the human race, prepare ourselves for this new world? Even the best universities of today are not specifically designed to address this challenge. Krea University is a unique effort conceived and designed specifically to prepare students for impactful leadership in the complex and uncertain world of the 21st century.
We need to evolve a completely new paradigm of higher learning if we are to create relevant and meaningful jobs for the future. And it is with this in mind that Krea has been established to provide this new paradigm of higher learning. And I have no doubt that this model that brings together the best and brightest of minds will deliver this new paradigm, which will have a great impact both in magnitude and scale.
This new paradigm of learning, what we call the interwoven learning, is, we believe, most appropriate for the interconnected world of the 21st century. This is weaving together of arts and sciences, of technology and humanities, of creativity and action orientation, of East and West, and ultimately it is weaving together of the profound learnings of the past and present with readiness for the future.
What we're trying to do is create a new generation of students, students who can think for themselves, who are willing to challenge the status quo, who are bubbling with creativity and are given the opportunity to let that creativity come out. What we hope is that we can develop new solutions, both to problems that we face as a nation, but also to problems elsewhere. And ultimately, this university will have both the highest academic standards, but also give students a sense of practicality through projects with industry, projects with local NGOs. We will bring something to the table which simply does not exist in India today, but is very much warranted for the India of the future.
Krea's program has been designed with the central objective of preparing leaders for the 21st century. The program brings together a rare blend of the humanities, science and technology, and ethics, which is the secret sauce in a world shaped by the evolving balance between humans, machines, and the environment. Krea's graduates will undoubtedly be the most sought-after candidates for jobs, both in the corporate world and in other chosen vocations.
So for centuries, India has been the seat of education. Universities like, or educational institutions like Nalanda, Takshashila were such great institutions where scholars from all over the world came together and studied and educated themselves in these universities. But over the years, India lost its prominence in education, and all our great minds went abroad to not only study but also to educate others or to become faculty in those universities. Therefore, Krea is a platform where idea is that all the great global Indian minds to come together to create an institution of global prominence, which will then go to educate global Indian minds for the future of the world.
In building a global and landmark university, at Krea, we aim to set extraordinarily high standards of academic rigor and meritocracy, be it in faculty selection, curriculum, or student admissions. We seek to recruit and admit students who are not only highly talented, but who can think well beyond themselves, and who have a burning desire to contribute to their communities and to the world.
The idea of having porous boundaries where the real world keeps coming in to the academic world, and by osmosis students absorb what does it mean to be a journalist, what does it mean to be a filmmaker, what does it mean to be an academic economist, or what does it mean to be an entrepreneur, or what have you. The idea is that the Krea curriculum and the co-curriculum and the interaction with professors of practice and the real world as it intermingles with us, students really get a sense of what is the career path they want. The idea of interwovenness is that the very many concepts that we think are very critical, whether it's the sense of history, whether it's the sense of writing and oral communications, whether it's the fluency with data and digital, get introduced, reintroduced, affirmed, reaffirmed in different contexts. We want them to be equipped to deal with this very fast-moving, unpredictable, changing world, and do it with a sense of agility, nimbleness, fluency. I think educational institutions, even in 2019, I would argue, in fact, more emphatically that we do, and what we are trying to do at Krea is preparing our students so that no matter what they end up doing, they do it with a sort of a sense of knowledge and competence, but also a sense of ethics in terms of how to make the right decisions when confronted in a complex world. And I think it's putting this all together that I think ultimately underlines the philosophy of Krea.